Okay, so this is part 2 of our motion offense. We saw in part 1 we can enter the ball to either the 4 or the 5, to either post. It doesn't matter which side we go to. Part 2 is when we enter the ball to either wing. So we can enter the ball to either the 2 or the 3. So for example, first off, we're going to enter the ball to the 2. Once we enter the ball to the 2, the 4-man is going to set a back screen for the point guard. The point guard is going to set his man up and come right off the screen, and that's our first option. We're looking for the point guard coming off the back screen for the layup. If the point guard's not open, we look to swing the ball to the 4, and the 1-man continues to go through because he's not open, and goes to set a back screen for the opposite wing. In this case, it's the 3-man. So this part is very similar to part 1 of motion offense. Here we see another screen for the screener or pick for the picker action. So the 1-man is setting a back screen for the 3. He's coming off the screen, and now the 1-man who just set the screen is now going to get a down screen from the 5, looking for the shot. So similar to part 1 of motion, we have the pick for the picker or screen for the screener. 1's going to set the screen for the 3. If he's open, we're going to pass it to him. If not, we have the down screen for the 1, coming over the top for the shot. A couple of reads to take note of. This play really has 2 main reads that we need to see how the defense plays, and then we react to how they're playing us. So the first one is when we enter the ball to the wing, and the 4 is going to set that initial back screen for the point guard. The 2-man with the ball, the wing player with the ball, what he's reading is he's reading whoever is guarding the post. In this case, it's the 4-man. Whoever's guarding the 4-man, if he wants to play up really close to his man and stay really close to him, then the point guard should be wide open for the layup coming off the back screen. If the guy guarding the 4-man is concerned about that point guard coming off the back screen, he may help off a little bit to take that layup away, and if that's the case, that's when we swing the ball to the 4. So it's really important that we have a good back screen from our post player, because that sets up the rest of the play. If the guy guarding the 4 wants to stay close to his man, then we're going to have the 1 for the layup. If he's worried about the layup, he's going to take away the layup, then the 4-man should be open to swing it to him, and then we move on to the next part of the play. The second big read that we have to make is, again, the screen for the screener or pick for the picker action. And we're reading whoever's guarding the 1 player, we're reading how he's defending it. So if the defender on number 1 is worried about the 3-man coming off for the layup, he may help off the guy he's guarding, which is number 1. He may help off and take away the layup. If he does that, we should have 1 coming off this next screen wide open for the shot. If he's staying close to his man and worried about his man, and number 1 sets a really good screen on the guy guarding number 3, we'll have number 3 coming off the screen for the layup. So all the way through, it looks like this. We enter the ball to the wing, we come off the back screen, swing it to the high post, look for the 3 coming off, and then we got the pick for the picker action. So that is part 2 of our motion offense. So to kind of recap, part 1 is when we enter the ball to either post, either the 4 or the 5. Part 2 is when we enter the ball to either wing, so either the 2 or the 3-man. So when we combine part 1 and part 2, we end up with just one single motion offense, and we can enter the ball to either 4 players of the 4 guys that are high, and we just react. So if we enter to the wing, we know we're in part 2. If we enter to the post, we know we're in part 1, and we just know exactly what we're doing depending on who we enter the ball to.